Hey, go ahead.
Who's the judge, by the way?
Huh?
Who's the judge?
Yeah, you said future. You agreed upon future, huh?
Okay, that's fine.
Okay.
I don't know if future agreed upon judging.
Future, you didn't say you were correct. Hello? What?
I mean, I'll
I
watch over
cosplaying
right.
in DC.
Have
You watch
half
Rush
or
eventually one day.
immediate. Half or immediate. Half or immediate.
I don't want to some idiot though.
I heard
Yeah,
about
Zeke
the
is immediate.
show. Like,
Bro,
going on.
Apple doesn't even
Alright,
fuck with me, bro.
fine. We can have yeah. We can have
I
absence.
bet she gave you light over me before in the in conclusion, but anyway.
Fuck is he talking about?
So the
Yeah,
argument
we can have absence immediate, bro.
Yeah, okay. So the argument's just the topic's Marco versus Kizaru. The argument
so?
is just going to be
Okay, Cho, you lost. Please.
Marco versus
Fuck up,
Kizaru.
bitch.
So the argument is basically that Marco goes relative to Kizaru in Marineford, and then Marco gets stronger in like Wano. Like I think his arsenal increases. He has more name tags and like things of that nature and shit. So since Marco is relative to Kizaru before getting stronger, and now that he's strong, he just should be above Kizaru. So
I mean, you can go and prove all that.
I think he's already above Kizaru.
is there anything specific that you're putting in question? Like, do you have an order? Like,
Yeah. I want you to prove firstly that at Marineford they're relative, and I want you to prove he got stronger.
Obviously.
Okay.
So are you not aware of the instances of Marco clashing with Kizaru either advantageously or equally?
No, sir. Send that down.
Okay. I don't know how you're not aware of it. Like you've been debating One Piece for a decent time.
He's aware of it. Wants to
I
waste
debate.
time.
Yeah. I debate JJK not One Piece, but you can send it.
Okay, then why are we debating One Piece right now? Okay, anyways.
I want to debate it.
Yeah, but that means you debate One Piece as well. We thought.
Why?
But
No, it doesn't.
yes. Okay. Anyways.
What's the argument?
Okay, do you want to conclude this point regarding what do you call it? Whether or not you debate One Piece?
We can include on whether or not, like, if you actually get justification for your claim, which I don't think you did. You want to conclude on that point? Okay.
Well.
Nigga.
Okay, little nigga.
My name is Yani Viet. Nah, I'm chill out. Yo, Yani, can you please like remove your name and PFP though? Like, not copy me.
Bro, can y'all continue the debate? Like, dang.
I'm not gonna understand, bro. It's not my fault that this guy is being fucking disingenuous, bro. Disingenuous.
Disingenuous. What the fuck is that?
Why are you stuttering trying to make fun of my
What scan are you looking for?
Anyways, look in general, right? So we have this instance where Marco kicks Kizaru and then he overpowers him, hits into the Marineford base. And the reason, like,
Yeah, this could have been a defensive thing on Kizaru's part on the other new relativity.
What is it? Okay, so obviously, if you have the intent to defend yourself, you're going to be using force to defend yourself, and then Marco overpowers that force. All that. Don't cut me off the last page. Anyways, what's your argument?
Yeah, go ahead, bro.
I said anyways. I finished. What's your argument?
Yeah, all this means that he overpowered his weight. Why does this like means his relative and combatives? Like,
yeah, okay, I already gave you justification as to why.
All you said was that in this specific scenario we see where Marco kicks Kizaru. I'm asking, why does that mean it's going to be justification as to our relative? I could agree to the fact that he might overpower his distribution, but honestly, as to why that means that he's going to be relative to overall combative ability.
So
brother. I'm saying that this can be a defensive type of approach from Kizaru. So honestly, as to why like him kicking Kizaru, this doesn't mean they're going to be relative. Like that's like.
Okay, so you sound stupid, right? I'll pick my argument.
That's fine.
Or my claim anyway. So I gave you a reason as to why Kizaru would be applying force here. Did you hear it?
Yeah, you said that you believe that he would be trying to block the attack. That's perfectly fine.
Okay, not only just block the attack, but obviously if you're being attacked, right, and you don't want to be pushed downwards, you're obviously going to want to apply force so you can push the person that's pushing you downwards outwards, right?
Not necessarily.
Why not?
Yeah, because it could be the case that with this scenario, he just does not want to get kicked in the face. So obviously, if he's saying that this person is coming up to kick him in the face, which is going to give that person the advantage or damage him in a certain way. Wait, brother. Then Kizaru, right? He will put up his hand to protect that from happening.
Oh my god, you're not talking the whole point. The issue is, right? The issue is we both agree that he's being pressed downwards, right? And the best way to stop being pressed downwards is to press forwards and remove that force that's being applied onto you. Unless you're saying that Kizaru can remove that force, which just implies that Marco's force is relatively greater.
Brother.
What? Okay, what do you want to say? Go ahead. You want to come here for? Go ahead.
Brother, I'm saying that given the scenario, right, if we're going to see that in this specific stance that he gets in the defensive type positioning and we're going to be blocking the attack, you're saying that he will have to push up forward, which is currently in question. I don't think he has to do that. I think he can be in this position.
Do you guys want to conclude?
Brother. Yeah, sure. We can move on.
I'm not saying he has to. Okay. By the way, just to clarify. Wait. Okay, hold on. I'll clarify my point one more time and see if you guys. I'm not saying he has to. I'm not saying he has to, like, what do you call it? Push outwards. I'm saying it'd be more advantageous for him to push outwards. I'm saying if he pushes outwards, the likelihood of him because if he pushes outwards, the likelihood of him being pushed downwards is going to decrease. Because obviously, if you're blocking an attack, right, and the person is still applying force to you, that increases the window, right? The window of time that you're in the clash. Obviously, if that window of time increases, the likelihood of you being pushed downwards onto the floor also increases. So the best course of action to take would be simply to remove this downward force that's being applied to you.
Wait, repeat that? Repeat like
the best course of action would the whole thing.
Yeah. We're just right.
You can't track. What the fuck? Okay, so
I got the track. Repeat it.
So if you're being kicked downwards, right, and you decide to block instead of applying your own force to push that force away, the window of time increases, therefore increasing the likelihood of you being pushed downwards onto the floor. The way to obviously decrease this, the way to remove that chance from even happening in the first place is to remove the leg that's being placed on your arm, and to do that you need to apply force to remove that leg. So obviously it'd be advantageous to Kizaru to apply that force and try to push away Marco. So I just gave you a reason as to why he was trying to do that, and he obviously fails to do that, which implies that Marco's force is greater.
Yeah, brother. I could agree to the fact that it possibly might be more advantageous, but I'm saying it doesn't have to mean that just because it's more advantageous.
Wait, hold on.
Brother.
Hold on, brother.
You strawman me though. You strawman me though.
What? How?
Brother, hold on.
Because obviously, if you say I agree to it being possibly maybe, right, that's not an agreement to my claim. Like you're on shut the fuck up now. Oh my god, why speaking with me? So when you say I agree to it being possibly the case, it implies that I'm positing that it is possibly the case. I never said that it's possibly the case. I'm saying to you that it's likely the case. I never said it's possibly the case. I'm giving you a likelihood claim. I gave a probability claim. What the hell?
So
you sound stupid, right?
I think that
Hold on.
Do you guys want to just conclude on this point? Because I think I already know.
I don't mind.
No.
Well, Show. Wait. So, Show, if you don't want to conclude,
the point was progressing. The point was progressing. He was about to say something.
I want to respond. So, brother, I'm not saying necessarily that you made the claim that I'm going to be a strong man to claim. I'm saying that I could agree to the specific.
Wait, no, please,
brother.
More that and just talk about what's relevant. What you're about to say about just because it's the most advantageous doesn't make Kizaru's going to do it.
Brother Ezekiel. I'm just responding to
what he's about that relevant, bro. Like everything else you're talking about is not relevant.
No, bro. So.
Yani, I never strawmanned you. I never said something that misses about your argument at all, though. Me saying that I agree to something being possible is not going to be a straw man. What are you talking about? Like,
okay, because obviously, the whole point was that.
That's fine. That's fine. Doesn't mean a straw man's your argument, though.
It does, but it's whatever. What's your refutation, bro? Go ahead.
Okay, so if I'm saying that you're making this argument saying that it will be more advantageous for keys in this specific positioning or like a context, right? I'm saying that could possibly be the case. I don't think you made it more logical to say that it wouldn't necessarily be the case. To be applicable.
Why?
Because you did repeat the claim.
You said I don't. He said I don't think you made it more logical.
Oh my God,
that's not an argument, right? So obviously, obviously, I can give you an insanely strong argument, and you'd be like, I don't think that's logical, bro. I don't think that applies here. Like, how is that counter argument?
Yeah, because I'm saying that within the argument we're going to be given in the first place, I'm saying I disagree with the whole reasoning. I don't think the reasoning follows as to why it's going to be more likely.
Yeah, but explain why.
I'm positing that. I'm positing that just because you think something's going to be the case does not have to mean that this One Piece character will be obligated to use the same logic as you're going under in the first place. That's why I'm saying he could be doing the other thing, which is going to be being in this defensive positioning and just blocking the attack so you want to get hit in the face. That's going to be brother. That's going to be advantageous for Kizaru as well because he's not getting kicked in the fucking noggin. That's going to be a very advantageous thing for him as well.
Do you know what advantageous even means in this context? I'm saying, well, oh my god, shut the fuck up immediately. So I'm saying, right, we have these two options, and out of one of these options, this option is the more advantageous option. I justified it. I gave reasoning as to why it's the most advantageous option. You're yet to refute that reasoning, and is your refutation basically that like maybe Kizaru, what do you call it, doesn't think it's the most advantageous option? Is that what you're
brother?
Like, is that what you're saying? Is that your argument?
We can move on, brother. We can move on, bro.
So
I'm asking you a question about your argument, bro. Just clarify your point, bro.
Brother, move on.
Why are you making the like this? Just clarify your point, bro.
Johnny VX. If you personally believe that you already attained what I'm saying, or like you made it more probabilistic, we could just conclude. That's fine.
Okay, I'm just going to repeat my point then. Okay, so
why?
Because obviously right, I wasn't finishing my point. I wasn't finishing my point, and then I asked you a question. And you're like, I'm gonna be a bitch. I said I'm gonna answer it. So I'm gonna repeat my point. So I gave reasoning as to why it'd be more advantageous for Kizaru to do this thing, right? So unless you're saying, well, maybe Kizaru doesn't believe it's more advantageous, which, you know, I don't think you're saying, because in like the way you objected to me saying that, you're saying that. So if it's obviously the more advantageous thing, I don't care if it's advantageous for Kizaru, or like, I don't care if it gives Kizaru somewhat of an advantage to block the initial attack, because I'm saying the course of action that Kizaru should have followed if he had the power to overpower Marco is going to be the most advantageous option, which I justified and you had no refutation to. I think we can conclude after this.
No, that's perfectly fine, brother. We can definitely conclude, man.
So you want to conclude first, show? Yani. Well, I need conclusion from you at least. I don't really think I need one from Yani.
Yeah, so I just believe that given the scenario, he's saying that this could be a thing that could be more advantageous. I'm saying that it could be the contrary or different things. I'm saying that just gonna positioning that if we see, well, actually, yeah, let's start from scratch, right? So he presented this whole scale saying that Marco kicks Kizaru, therefore he like rest whatever. I'm saying why does him overpowering his weight distribution mean it's gonna be relative? I could agree to the fact that he might overpower his weight and that's gonna come to the ground, but I don't see that's why that means it's gonna be relative to all compatibility. I don't think Yanni ever like adequately answered to the question, and I'm saying that given the scenario, it could have been the case that Kizaru gets in this particular positioning just to block the kick, because obviously Marco's coming up and he's trying to kick Kizaru in the face, so obviously he can just be in that defensive stance trying to block the attack, which is going to also be advantageous for him as well. Yanni's saying that this can be the other option that'd be more advantageous. I'm saying, why does that have to be the case? Because he's saying that his logic has to basically transcend the Kizaru, saying that, okay, if we're going to come off something or derive off something for as to why it's going to be more logical to occur in the scene, then it would be the case for Kizaru, which is currently going to be in question, because obviously I think the contrary, given the specific scenario in which Kizaru's body is going to be shown, that's why I'm saying that he's going to be doing this particular thing and not what Yanni's saying. That's exactly as to why I'm saying in the first place.
Sure, bro. You gotta be concise.
Okay, so yeah, Yanni, can you conclude?
I'm gonna give my conclusion. Okay, so you need it. Okay, so anyways, at the start of the point. Also, wait, are we not concluding on just this like specific point about like?
There's two sub points. The first point is like whether you like accurately address like shell skepticism, whether like does it only correlate to like Kizaru's weight distribution, or just like also contributes to like the force that Kizaru
produces. Oh yeah, okay. So
alongside
the reasoning as to why
like the movement that you're like suggesting that you take. Also, I can say distribution, like whatever. Anyways, yeah. Just go on.
The reasoning I gave as to why it's not referring as to why the scan doesn't just encapsulate Kizaru's weight distribution, like in context of Marco overpowering him, is just because I believe I made it more likely that Kizaru would be trying to overpower Marco. I clarified that Kizaru would be trying to do the things which are advantageous to him. And then I also said that, I also justified why it'd be advantageous for him to overpower Marco. I gave reasoning as to why. He never attacked the reasoning. He said, well, why is this shit logical? I asked him, like, no. Like, he said, like, I don't think it's logical. He didn't even question why it's logical. He said, I don't think it's logical, which fucking sucks. And then he also said, it's going to be advantageous for him to block it. And then I said, okay, that's perfectly fine. I don't think there's a symmetry of advantages here. I think my one's going to be more advantageous, which I stated in the debate that I gave reasoning as to why. And then he never even contended that shit. I think that's enough on the force exertion point. So yeah, I think through that I just made it likely that Kizaru would be trying to overpower Marco here.
So based off like the conclusions what I listened to in the debate, I think Yanni won both of the points.
Yeah, he explains why you think that.
No, he doesn't need to. Move
on. Do you want like an in-depth explanation or like referring to a specific point?
Just give me an as to why you think overall.
You gotta go for so long, though.
Well, to the first point, I don't think you like actually like attack like Yanni's point, which he said that'll be the more plausible like thing for Kizaru to do is like also distribute his force when he's walking attack. So I think based off that, he would like prove that like Marco overwhelming Kizaru would be inclusive to like the force that Kizaru produces, in which he'd be producing like sufficient force to like overwhelm or like withstand Marco's attack, in which he was able to do so. So yeah,
It's
I think
obviously gonna be the time.
Sure, we can move on. That's fine.
okay.
Okay, I can see.
You can see
Wait,
it.
what?
I'm joking.
No,
So-
no, don't take some backsies.
Since throughout the entirety of the point, I was stating that Marco should have greater force exertion than Kizaru, based on Kizaru trying to apply force to Marco and Marco's force being greater. Do you have any contention with that?
Hey, Peter, what you mean?
So obviously, throughout the point, I was stating that Kizaru should have lesser force exertion than Marco, because the force exertion that Marco was giving was greater than Kizaru's by virtue of Kizaru being overpowered and thrown to the fucking floor. You agree or disagree? Contentions?
Okay, yeah, that's fine. Yeah, go on. Yeah, proceed.
Okay, so obviously AP attack potency refers to force exertion, so Marco should have a greater AP than Kizaru. You agree? Or, I mean, obviously, but that's a fucking fact.
I mean, wait, are you talking about in a specific instance that he had better AP?
Yeah, okay. I mean, do you think
I
there's a
don't
difference
think
between Kizaru's force exertion in certain instances and other instances? What's the argument for that?
I mean, you don't believe he has like name attacks and like better AP?
I mean, no, I don't think he does.
Like name attacks and stuff?
Well, okay. Do you think? Okay, the issue with named attacks is that named attacks don't necessarily inherently have greater force exertion. The thing about named attacks is that they imply like some type of special technique, and this special technique could possibly be the cause for greater force exertion. So I think it's case specific. I think we need to look at the name attack itself and to find out whether or not it has greater force exertion.
But like, one attack like where Kizaru comes come from the sky, he comes charging down with a leg or like a light kick or whatever. You don't think that's gonna be like more first like exertion because he's gaining more momentum within the attack and his name attack as well?
Well, I don't think that's going to be Kizaru's AP, because obviously if you recognize he gains momentum is going to be something external to him, so therefore it's not going to be Kizaru's AP, it's going to be Kizaru's AP plus momentum.
Wait, so like, wait, what do you mean by external? Because obviously attacks that.
Yeah, so I clarified. Alright, it's going to be Kizaru's AP plus the momentum he gains.
Yeah, but like, I think that's kind of weird to say though, because like obviously someone like Wab, you know how he cogs back, right? And uses the quake. We can say that based upon him cogging back, gaining momentum, that's gonna be external. But like, obviously, do you think it's gonna be outliers in external, like force, or what?
Like, okay, the issue with using Wybit as an analogy, I think
What?
he's wait, hold on. The issue with using Wybit here is that the momentum that he gains, right, by like putting his hand back is just by virtue of him doing something that's internal to his body. So like his internal bodily movements cause him to move his hand like that. But when you say Kizaru comes down, the act of him coming down is what causes him having greater momentum. It's not.
Yeah. Okay, but what if we just say like on ground, like he just starts running a light speed and he kicks someone? Do you think it's gonna be like different still, or like what?
I mean, yeah, like obviously in a boxing match, right? When we say this boxer is stronger than the other boxer, and you're like, well, what if that boxer runs all the way backwards and then runs full speed and punches the nigga in the face? I think that's like not going to be representative of his general AP.
Yeah, like okay, so you don't believe like that attack can possibly be like stronger than like just him, just the AP within the market situation?
Yeah, I think like in those instances that's fine, but I think the Marco instance represents the general AP that Kizaru has.
Okay, so what's gonna be argument as to why it's gonna be like general AP?
Because he's not using things external to him. So obviously, right, we have this instance of him using his his actual AP, AP gained by things which are not external to him, right? We have this instance, right? I'm just going to say, well, from our knowledge, this instance represents the general AP, because general AP refers to AP in instances where we don't have any like type of special external factor, which is
okay, brother. I'm gonna respond, right? So I also think to my knowledge, I disagree with you. I think to my knowledge, I have the contrary, and I'll tell you as to why I think that. So when you speak with the whole So when you speak with the whole Viber thing, when he's like talking back, you're saying that the external like force he's applying is going to be based upon his body. I believe that with a scenario in which Kizaru is going to be traveling at a specific speed and reaching that top speed to kick a person or to like just inflict damage upon him. I believe that's all it's going to be based upon his body because he's actively using his body to gain his momentum in order to inflict damage upon his opponent. So I believe that's going to be a general AP or a greater AP than the one you just sent, because obviously in this scan that obviously yeah, in this scan that you're arguing for, like the whole Marco versus Marco versus Kizaru thing, he's not like gaining momentum with his body, right? He's in the positioning which he can't really gain that much momentum. He's not moving fast or whatever the case might be. He's using that basic AP, so I don't think that basic AP sells to a specific scenario in which he's actually using his body to gather more force to apply more damage to the opponent. That's why I think that.
Okay, hold on. I gave you the boxer analogy as to why whether what do you call it? As to why like the whole running back thing doesn't work. Do you disagree with me?
Yeah, but okay, Yani. So this thing, all right. So you yourself already said or conceded to the fact that within the Whitebeard one, when he's cocking back, that's him gaining that external force within his body. If you're gonna disagree with what I'm saying, I'm gonna ask you, what's gonna be arguing as to why you think that like when Kizu runs up with his body and gaining momentum, why do you think it's gonna be some sort of outlier as to why it's not gonna be like the same thing, such as the Whitebeard cocking back with his body for more momentum? Like, why do you think that?
Okay, yeah, I'll just use the same box analogy, right?
Sure.
So when a boxer punches, right, he's gaining momentum like through using his like internal body, whatever, like by punching, moving his arm back, whatever, right? And that's going to be counting towards his general AP, right? Kizaru on the other hand, like no, my bad. So yeah, so I have to restart the whole analogy, my bad. So yeah, when like, how was that concession, good?
Okay, yeah, because you yourself just said that in the analogy, like when he cocks back and he swings, that's going to be a general AP. But you were saying based upon the situation in which Kizaru was just using that specific AP to block the attack, that's going to be a general AP. I think there's going to be a disagreement, or you conceding to the fact that my notion is going to be the correct notion. Because I'm saying that I'm saying that when a person either cocks back or gains momentum in a specific way to apply more force, that's going to be their best AP because they're using their body to gain momentum. And you just said that with the analogy.
Hold on.
I think
I didn't even know I chose to hear you out. That shit was retarded. But okay, get my analogy. I'll just clarify because I think me clarifying kind of sorts the issue out.
I mean, I think you're gonna hedge though, personally. So I think
it's fine for you to think that. So obviously, like when the boxer punches, right, he's going to be gaining momentum, right, through punching, whatever. That's how physics works, right? However, he's also going to be gaining momentum in the instance where he runs all the way back and then runs all the way forward and punches the opponent. But the issue is, right, we don't count those instances because they don't represent what happens in the vast majority of general cases. In the vast majority of general cases, a boxer is basically just going to be, punching and kick, punching and kicking, right? I don't care if these punches and kicks gain momentum, right? But like that, but like what do you call it? Oh my god, I can't even track today. Wait, like you understand the point I'm making, right? I can barely speak because I'm so fucking tired.
Oh wait, so Yani, I think the problem is though, like when someone like Kizaru does run anything, I think that's going to be something that's going to be essentially a part of him. Because obviously, speed's going to be one of his main aspects, right? That he usually does in the combat, use his speed, right? So I believe that when he does use his fucking speed to gain his momentum and inflict damage upon his opponent, I think that's going to be something indicative of Kizaru because it's going to be his main thing. That's how he effectively deals damage to opponents or increase it.
What's the argument for that?
Yeah, I just told you. You want to move on?
Okay, what's the justification for the argument?
What? I just told you.
You said a bunch of I think that like justify those I think like
let's move on. I told you what I think. We can move on. That's fine.
Nigga, I'm putting in the question the claim you made. Are you stupid?
Yeah. I know you put the claim in question, but I'm saying I gave logical basis why I think that. We can just move on.
Are you hearing this? Is he stupid?
We can move on.
So like, Shell, if you're like saying that you gave logical basis for your claim, and Yanni's like putting that logical basis into question by virtue of him not like actually hearing it, your logical basis just wouldn't go through it unless you like justify it.
Wait, but I'm
Oh my god,
wait, can I speak?
You made a claim. No, because hold on. I think it's important. You made a claim about like the things that happened within the series, and I'm asking to prove that claim, and you're like, I already justified it without sending any scans. What?
Okay, wait. So.
Well, you made a claim about how Kizaru fights. I'm asking to prove that claim.
Okay, so Shell, can you just like clarify on your initial claim?
Okay, so I don't know what claim he's talking about in particular. That's why it's kind of vague to me. Right? So
yeah, you made a claim about how Kizaru fights.
Yeah, he fights by using his Deathroot, no?
And that's in question.
Alright, fine. Okay, sure. I'll just find 10 of these fucking fights.
Also, wait, hold on. Also.
This is
Correlate him using his Delph root to the point you're making about like, what do you call it? Like, external momentum, right? So it's going to be things like running, you know, jumping down from the air, not things which are actually like fucking punching and kicking, which also, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean?
I mean, but obviously, in all those like specific like factors, right? Because obviously they're gonna be gaining momentum some way. If you punch someone, that's gonna be gaining on top speed. If you kick someone, that's gonna get on top speed as well. All these things you do, even when you come from the fucking sky, that's gaining top speed to go to a specific place, right?
Yeah, but what do you call it? There's obviously like an intuitive distinction between these things. Like, like intuitively, we don't consider a boxer who punches and a boxer who runs all the way to the ring and the other side of the ring and punches as well. Like we don't consider those to be the same type of attack, even though both gain momentum. Like,
Yeah. To your knowledge, yeah, but I'm saying to my knowledge, I disagree with that. So I don't think that matters.
You want to do a poll in the VC?
Repeat that.
You want to do a poll in the VC?
On the BC for what?
Like basically, we can ask people in the VC whether or not they think like a punch that's like done from fucking running from one side to the ring and the other side of the ring, or like a punch that's like a regular fucking jab or whatever.
Okay, so
It's like the
just,
same type
yeah,
of punch. Like we can ask niggas, bro. Like
we can do that after the debate, okay? But
no wait, why after? I'm appealing to external sources.
yeah, because I want to. But look at me,
Obviously, both of us have an inquiry, right?
Brother,
and we can't reach synthesis in this
brother,
inquiry.
brother.
Why cut me off? Why cut me off?
Brother,
So we can't. Why cut me off? So we can't reach synthesis on.
brother, it's not relevant.
Why cut? No, it's relevant. I'm explaining why. So
Brother,
obviously, me and you.
actually proposed is not
Why
good.
are you cutting me off? Yo, let me explain why it's relevant.
So,
Let me explain why it's relevant.
can you guys
my
go
God.
in terms of like spurring over each other? Because I don't think this is progressing the debate, you know. So
You just cut me off, bro. Like this isn't even funny, bro.
I don't think the post point is like relevant to the conversation. So I'm just trying to find burden, right? So
Yeah, let me explain why it is. Let me explain why it is.
wait, Yanni. How about just let Show finish his point? Danny respond to Show, then vice versa.
Yeah, I was speaking though. He cut me off.
Yeah, just like let Show go first. He was like he's just letting go first. Like it's not that you.
So
no reason.
go
yeah,
ahead.
I just want to justify this. So yeah, we see the scans of sin, like we just see where he consistently uses Dofu to fight people. So you get still any contention with this or no?
Yeah, so he can be using his dart also. It's kind of funny because some of the scans he said, it's like, anyways. So, I asked you to correlate it to your point. The point was basically, I'm gonna fucking vomit, man. External sources of like, what do you call it? Like there is no innate difference between attacks that gain momentum through external sources and internal sources, which is the claiming question, right?
That was the point.
What?
No, that wasn't the point, Mister. So, Mister, look, right. So, look, the point you asked me to justify that Kizaru consistently uses this thing in nature. That's what you asked me to justify, and that's in together this. If you're asking me to justify a different claim now, then sure, I'll justify it. But do you want to justify it?
Also, right. That wasn't really what I put into question, right?
Okay.
I also kind of put into question, right? Like how Kizaru uses down fruit. Does Kizaru do that? The whole fucking running down, the whole running down thing as a representation of his like general attacks.
I mean, yeah, okay, listen. I'm not saying that like him running down is always gonna be something or like the general of his attacks, but I'm saying in a specific way. Wait, stop. I'm saying that in a specific way, he can either be running on ground or come from the sky. I think either one works. That's him gaining momentum. And I'm saying for the specific instance, wait. I'm saying for the specific armor I'm making, I'm saying that when he's on the ground and he's running using this fruit, that's him gaining momentum using his devil fruit, his personal devil fruit. So I'm saying that's gonna be his momentum. I don't think it's gonna be something external to what you're talking about, or like what you believe to be the case. Okay, sure.
Okay, good.
You can go first. No, wait, does that mean
I don't want to go first.
Yeah,
do you want to?
Yeah, can you conclude?
Yeah, we can hear.
Yes, conclude.
Alright, go ahead. I don't want to conclude first. Do you have the toss?
Sure, man. It's fine.
I have heads or tails. I don't know tails. Wallahi, I don't know tails. Go ahead.
Just do /flip in the Discord chat.
No, on God, I don't know tails.
Yanni, you have heads, right?
Yeah, I have heads. On God, I don't know tails.
I'll just do a flip in general.
Bro, on God, I don't know tails. Okay, random toss again. So.
My clip chat.
Alright, go ahead, Joe.
Yes. Okay, so I don't know, where the fuck do I even start? Anyways, yeah. So pretty much, Yanni actually justified that Keys uses his fruit, which is kind of weird. So I think that's his case of using his fruit. And I think with the whole argument that he made, I think he kind of conceded because he himself in the whole boxing analogy, he said when Mike Tyson, he kind of hedged on him anyways. He said when Mike Tyson like comes back with his fucking fist or whatever and he throws the punch, that's gonna be something that's gonna be a general AP. And I'm arguing for okay, when a character uses something in nature of them, like innate, right? Not regular natural, whatever. Like within Kizaru, if he uses his fucking his light fruit to gain momentum on the ground to kick opponent, I think that's gonna be indicative of his general AP, in which I think Yani kind of conceded on, but he kind of just hedged to get his way out of it. And I think for the whole like other arguments, I'm saying that I could possibly agree to the fact that if you come like all the way from the sky, that can possibly be external AP. But I'm saying that if you do something that's gonna be like in nature for you to do, I think that's always gonna be something like just your type of AP. This guy was yapping. I kind of forgot shit, but anyways, you can go, Yanni.
So I can't lie. That point was like a bit convoluted, right? And we didn't really go anywhere. I just decided to force conclusions because he fucking conceded on the entire point. So in the debate, I hope you heard this, by the way. I hope you heard it. So in the debate, right, we're basically arguing over general AP versus like things which are not general AP. And then I brought up the whole like external, internal momentum thing, which kind of ass point, but whatever. And then we kept debating about it, right? We didn't really go anywhere. But then I asked him, I didn't ask him, like, he ended up giving examples of things which, like, I defined as, like, non-general AP, which, like, fucking jump, like, running around and, like, jump from the air. I defined these things as, like, non-general AP. And then, like, there wasn't really much contention, which is fine anyway. But then later on in the debate, he fucking said himself that it's fine for those things to not be examples of general AP. It's on recording. So he fucking conceded the main point. Obviously, I'm using the instance of Marco overpowering Kizaru as a showing of Kizaru's general AP because he's not, what do you call it? He's not like doing the extra like running or jumping, or jumping up in the air. And then he also agrees that running or jumping is not general AP. So like, I think I put on premise.
So to clarify, you're saying that like, well, for Yani specifically, you're saying that like the medium that was like constitute something being within the generality is something that like derives from the physicality in itself. Yes or no?
Pardon?
You're saying that like for something like be considered within like the generality of like the AP that Kizaru can like normally produce, like the force they can normally produce, the medium would have to be like his physicality. Yes or no?
Yeah.
And you're aware that like Sho said that like all these movements, like running up, like jumping or whatever, will just constitute from his like physicality. It would have to be the same inherent medium. So what is the actual distinction
right?
here?
I was holding that into contention, and I wasn't going to conclude. But then he himself conceded that those wouldn't be showings of general AP when he runs and jumps. Like he said it himself. That's why I concluded.
What did he say verbatim?
He said, "What do you call it?" I asked him, I said, "I don't think running and jumping are going to be showing general AP." And then he showed agreement. On God, he showed agreement. Like he was like, "Yeah, like, he agreed, bro."
Do you want to go back in recording? Well, based off like your anecdotal experience, and I'll say that you won, but like I don't know if we actually said that. So
okay, we can go back and record.
We can just like go. We can just continue the debate under the presupposition that you won the point. We can just go back into recording later. Is that fine?
I'm not listening to him. Yani. I mean, not Yani. Cho, are you here?
I'm just saying that like we can presuppose that you won, like assuming that Cho did actually say that, and we can just like go over the recording later for that specific point.
Okay. So are you here? By the way, Cho did say like his it might be over a little bit. That second point was so convoluted, bro. I don't know what I was doing.
But I'm not gonna lie, Yanni. Like I thought you would have lost a point. Like if Cho didn't say that, I thought you lost a point. Like I copy you.
Oh yeah, I agree. If I genuinely do agree, as I think if Cho never said that, I would never concluded. But if I did conclude, then like I would have lost the point.
Yeah, because I think that like you're not like really positing a distinction because it both derives from like the same medium. There's not any external factor.
I was gonna bring up like gravity or some shit, or like other metrics of gaining force, but
I mean, I think I'll be entailed in like a punch and like a kick too. So, but you know.
I mean, I also wait. To be honest, I did kind of forget to say this in my conclusion, but I did say like intuitively there'd be like some type of distinction between these two forces which are both gain from physicality. I didn't say that verbatim, but I said I brought up two examples of forces that are gain from physicality, but then I said there's an intuitive distinction between them. He never contended that as well. What was the whole box analogy?
I'm gonna lie, like I don't even know if Kizaru will be. Nah, that's dumb as hell. Nah, but that shouldn't be. Shouldn't be possible.
I think you're like force production or like your force production, like how you say the word. This point is just stupid because I think there's just ways in which you can position your body that allow for greater force production.
Yeah, regardless, once Marco wins, you got to get past that hurdle of Kizaru just building up force, like with momentum and shit. So even if you don't, if you want to make distinction, it's gonna come up later.
Yeah, I think it's like pretty consistent, like within Kizaru's fights, for him to like utilize those external factors such as like building up momentum from his over. So, but it's still just AFK.
Oh yeah, but like
you said what?
I think the whole AP point doesn't even matter, to be honest. I think I just need to get speed relative. I didn't even know I brought AP.
I mean,
I think it's like
I think
it's like entailed within like your previous argument that like if Kizaru would be like going to the best of his capabilities to like withstand Marco's attacks, that like constitute him like going at the fastest speed necessary to block the attack. But actually, I don't even know if that like I don't even know if that entails relativity and speed, because it could just be like a threshold that he needs to like get through, not necessarily his full speed.
Because like blocking something, especially in combat, you're not gonna want to block something like, even if you're like massively faster, you're not gonna want to block it when it's like several dozen meters away from you, because then that'll just give your opponent the opportunity to change its course of attack. Right?
Yeah.
So you're gonna want to block it when it's at least somewhat close to you. So blocking when it's somewhat close to you doesn't entail relative. It just means that Kizaru would prefer to block it than get out of the way. Maybe he prefers that aerial position, or you can make some argument as to why he wouldn't just get out of the way, why he chose to block it. Typically, I think people just choose to block.
I think Marco is just faster.
I mean,
yeah, but I don't think it's a matter of speed, because I think that Kizaru's movement speed is much faster than his physical speed. So if he's capable
hello?
Moving out of the way.
Yeah, Ocho, are you here?
Yeah. Is there another point for this?
Yeah, Cho. I basically said we could move on presupposing I won the point. He's gonna like check recording to see if you said the thing that I say you said.
Okay.
Didn't Cho agree that he said that?
So basically, right? I don't even think AP is relevant, but AP is not relevant, is it? I should have done like Marco versus Kainu. So yeah, like I think if how do I prove it's relative in speed? Okay, well, anyways. Yeah, I think characters who are relative in AP and One Piece are relative in speed as well.
Repeat that?
I think like from my knowledge, characters who are relative in speed in One Piece are also relative in AP are also relative in speed.
Yeah, I believe someone knowledge to the contrary.
Okay, why?
Because I haven't seen evidence that demonstrates to be the case.
That's not contrary then. That's just like you don't know. Also, App's AFK, so that's what it said.
You want?
App's AFK, so that's like give a break for a second, like a pause.
Yeah.
Alright,
I think there's an easy. There's an easier.
I kind of put an insane burden on myself, but I think I'll use instances like fucking Kaido, Luffy, Kaido, Yamato, Kaido. Oh, she's fucking found Kaido.
This isn't. It's. I don't think though those examples are gonna do you justice, but we'll see.
I mean,
if it were me, there's easy ways to like explain why these consistencies don't apply to Kizaru, but we'll see. And also, I could use contrary examples. Like,
I don't think there are any.
I'm not gonna give examples, so I'm choking.
Wait, you want to DM me them? Because I don't think there are any actually.
You don't think there's any contrary examples people are relative in speed and IP?
Nope. Not to my knowledge. Like relative in AP.
What do you mean by relative in AP?
So like these two characters can exert similar amounts of force.
Well, then Queen would have to be relative to Sanji AP.
Oh, I mean, I think Queen's a bit of an exception because like that bitch is that nigga is fast.
No, but you see, that's the thing, because I think that I'm not gonna give an argument for Cho, but that's why I think that there's certain characters this consistency you're trying to build doesn't apply to.
Oh yeah, it just depends whether or not Kizaru is a part of that consistency.
Yeah, I don't think category scales to Luffy in AP in my opinion.
He definitely does.
No, I absolutely disagree with that 100%.
You don't think category scales to Luffy in what? My bad.
In AP. For example, like when Luffy was in Bound Man, he was actually overpowering the fuck out of category. Every single instance of category, like actually contending with Luffy physically at least, is when he's in base. Every single time he's in Snake Man, he's just blocking, or he's like dodging, or he's just tagging Luffy. He doesn't actually physically.
I mean, that's the inverse of what I was arguing though, because That's a crew relative in speed, but not AP, which is like not this, what do you call it, the consistency I'm building. I'm basically saying AP is relative to speed, but not necessarily vice versa. Because I obviously think fucking Jinbei is relative to like Big Mom in speed, arguably. What am I talking
I
about?
feel like if the relation is that, then I feel like the
Yeah,
things that would.
yeah. I was AFK for a bit, so I didn't hear anything you said.
So yeah, the burden I place upon myself is basically that characters in One Piece, to my knowledge, or it's like to the knowledge I'm about to provide in the debate, are relative in speed if they have relative AP. Joe, do you disagree? And he went AFK when you came back. That's annoying.
Yeah.
I mean, did they
Like, what I'll just say is, like,
did they
people-
progress like relevantly while it's gone?
Huh?
Did the debate progress like to a relevant degree when I was gone?
Nah. Me and Zeke were just talking.
No, not necessarily. So like, Yani, I think that because what do you mean by speed? Do you mean all facets of speed?
This debate is
I
already
just
40
feel like-
minutes, bro. Like, you
Too
are a
much speed.
show rival. You suck, Yanni, bro.
No, length doesn't determine the difference.
Yeah,
I mean, I
You did
did
make
think
some
that, like,
retarded arguments.
the second point was a bit
You did make
contentious.
some dumb. You did make some dumb arguments. Like, I can't go.
I do think
Oh, yeah,
that,
I mean-
think that, like, argumentably that show won
like-
the last point.
Yeah, maybe. I mean, I'm retired from fiction debating, so like this is like casual debating. But
Is that Joe?
Joe, man, please come back.
That wasn't show, that was some guy named Mary.
Oh yeah. Okay, so do you
Mary?
think that like this?
Blizzard,
Blizzard, can you
do think
please
this
stop saying you're gonna
consistency-
rate me? Or Haram SpongeBob, stop saying you're just gonna rate me, bro.
Yeah,
What?
you can
Wait,
stop.
Zeke and Owen?
Anyways, I think. Do you think this consistency applies to all facets of speed?
So when you say all passes the speed, like, do you just refer to
Attack
what do you
speed,
refer to?
speed, reaction speed.
Yeah. I just think it refers to
Come here.
the fastest of speed utilized in a fight. So if you think movement speed utilized in a fight, then yeah.
Oh, then why isn't Luffy and Kizaru relative speed?
Are they not?
At least I don't. Because what do you think about? What do you think Kizaru? Because not necessarily movement speed, but when he's utilizing his dove fruit to enhance his speed, he's just massively outspeeding. So I don't even know if you consider that like physical movement. That's more so him moving.
Oh, I mean, okay. So I don't think. Yeah, okay. I don't really think Kizaru goes to Luffy in AP, especially Gift Hive Luffy.
I mean, maybe not AP in the sense of hockey arms, but like physically at least.
Oh, physically?
Yeah.
I mean, if happy arms represent Luffy's general force exertion, then I don't think so. It just depends.
Yeah, probably.
Yani,
I just think that
can
even
show
in this,
get back?
even
I'm
in
not trying
this
to be
case,
here the entire
because there's
day.
so many sources of speed that characters have in One Piece. There's so many specific examples of characters not, like fitting into the mold, like characters like Kizaru who utilize and produce force in unconventional ways that other people just don't have access to. To just kind of argue against this consistency, and argue that maybe you can build this consistency for like the average fighter, but somebody like Kizaru who's just so gimmicky, and somebody who like Sanji who just completely focuses on speed, and as he said, speed is weight, so the majority of his AP is actually derived from the speed.
But even like,
I think what's interesting is like using like arguments from physical showings, right? It's a bit weird. Like in the case of Kizaru, like I think Kizaru isn't a character where we can scale him through his physical showings. We have to look at his like entire combative showings and like to see what I'm
do you think that like would you like consider like Kizu's Delphi like something external from himself, Yanni? Because I think that's
nah.
the debate.
According to his analogy, it would have to be.
Yeah, because it'll just be something intrinsic to like Kizu, and if you want to say that's something external, I think it's something that can be produced like consistently, so it'll be something
it would
internal
be
to his combat
internal to
ability.
Kizaru.
I
It would be
think
internal
the
to
issue
Kizaru
with
as a
that.
fighter. It wouldn't be internal to his like his body, his physical body.
Yeah, I think.
I mean, nah, I think it is, bro. I think like what do you call it? It's like verbatim say that he's a light man, like he's identical to his Delphi. I think it's a part of his properties. I think you know what I mean.
I think that like he is that as well, but not at the same time. I don't think that being a Logia person, he's like
It's kind of like calling,
Your physical
calling
body-
Zoro's sword an external factor. It's kind of stupid.
At the same time,
Yeah.
where you derive your sources of power is gonna be fundamentally different than other people.
He derives it from his physical body, but then again, do you think someone gets stronger physically if they eat Del fruit?
Not inherently.
Yeah. This year, C dropped out of the tournament, so we can see Dead Boy versus Archie. That's actually.
That's actually kind of interesting. But yeah, I don't think that
Yo, show you're back. You turn your mic on.
Wait, you heard me from?
Bro, why can't I hear my echo?
Yeah, so the burden I placed upon myself was that
1, 2.
characters in One Piece were relative in AP, relative in speed.
Wait,
As well.
Joe, can you fix your mic first?
1, 2, 3.
Is it bad?
Bro, my mic is
Yeah, it's
echoing
bad.
to your mic, show. Bro,
Not
does
just that,
anyone
but
else
your
hear that?
entire background.
Hello, can you hear me?
Wait. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, I think it's fine now.
Hello, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3.
Anyways, what are
1,
you
2,
gonna say,
3.
show?
Wait, what point? Yeah,
Yeah, just one speed now.
right upon himself.
Yeah. So the burden is basically just going to be that characters in One Piece, from the knowledge that I'm going to provide in the debate, are relative in speed if they have relative AP. No. My bad. That's so stupid. Characters who are relative in AP tend to be relative in speed. My bad. In One Piece.
Characters who are relative AP, relative in speed, correct?
Tend to be, yeah. Consistency in the argument.
Yeah, send your proof for that.
I'll just name a few instances. Kaido
Sure.
and Luffy, Kaido and Yamamoto, Kainu and Whitebeard, Katakuri and Luffy, and then fucking what's that nigga's name again? Mark Kizaru. But yeah, I think I give a bunch of instances here.
So, what's your response, show?
You're making a universal claim, right?
No, I'm making a likelihood claim. I actually clarified. Probability claim.
Just making sure, man.
I already what?
Yeah, just send scans and VC scans, blah blah.
Do you disagree with the examples I gave you?
What two did I pick? What?
Is he good?
Huh? I don't want that shit, nigga. The hell? What you talking about?
Yo, Cho, is he even in an area where he can debate?
Yo, Cho, hello.
Sounds like he's at a cookout, bro. Let's go.
This nigga's on the phone, bro. I'm so fucking fatigue.
I cannot debate no more, bro.
Alright, have a good night.
See you later, bro.
Nigga.
Yeah, but Yani, bro. Yeah.
Not gonna lie, I need to stop debate One Piece, man.
Bro.
I think the
Yanni,
argument was stupid as well.
No, just you can stop doing One Piece after you debate me, bro.
Okay, we should debate One Piece. I think I'll lose to you probably. The Fall of Israel. Because I think no, not because I think I was gonna say something related. Okay, I think the whole AP thing I was trying to say, to be honest, I thought over, is basically that to most of the time, at least to my knowledge, to pull off a like relative AP feat, you need to like have relative speed. I think sometimes that's the case, so like a lot of the time, I don't know.
I mean, maybe in like the context of like general battle, but I feel like there's many ways you could rat for Kizaru in this instance, because you could say that Kizaru would want to maintain this position of like aerial supremacy above the Whitebeard pirates, just so he could like continuously attack them and bombard them with like lasers and shit.
Yeah,
So
I think even in the case of Kizaru,
wouldn't move out of this place against Marco. He would just want to stay there.
I think if my argument was that, I probably wouldn't use it in that debate just because I don't think there's any real way to get Marco relative to Kizaru speed without appealing to like
I don't.
Marco relative to kind of.
Yeah, and then you'd have to prove that Kanye's relative to Kizaru too.
Yeah. You don't think that? I think the album's right. I think anyone.
I think they're relative to the point where he's not going to get blitzed. But I don't think that like he can necessarily tag him or even like outspeed him or anything, outpace him, none of that shit.
I mean, I
At least
think
when
like
he
it's
utilizes his
a.
relative,
Yeah?
maybe physically they're relative.
Wait, what did you say?
So at least when he utilizes his Delta fruit, maybe physically they're relative. But in the manner in which like he blitzes Luffy, even though they're relative like physically, I think it's the same sense.
Wait, do you think? By the way, like this might not be relevant, but do you think like for any character who's in an organization, and has a specific role in an organization, do you think the characters within that role are relative? Like for example, the Yonkers Or wait, why?
We have a good analogy of this. Like all stars are consistently portrayed to be in the same. They have the same position. We just say it outright.
Oh yeah.
But
Or
they're
the
all
top.
bundled up and they're all considered just the defenders of Kaido. But we know there's a hierarchy within the all stars. But that's more implicit. And maybe you could argue that other organizations it's more subtle for them. Like the hierarchy isn't outright stated, but like the with the all stars, the hierarchy is pretty much like narratively outlined by you would have to be blind to not see the hierarchy.
Mm-hmm.
It's literally just Jack, big gap, and then King, and then like small gap, and then King.
Not gonna lie. Like I'm starting. Like I don't know why, but like
Well, Future,
I'm
take the
starting to
Future,
think.
Future.
I can't. Wait, can you repeat that?
Hmm?
Can you repeat that, Yanni?
Oh yeah, I'm just starting to think that for some reason I think like the admirals are relative, and I think fucking the Yonkers are relative with each other. But like I don't really have a reason why. I just think it's intuitive. I don't really.
I think Yonkos are mostly relative. I think that like there's definitely instances where Big Mom's gonna get beat the fuck up by another Yonko, but I think they're mostly relative. I agree with that.
I should make one Piece character list.
You should honestly. That'd be interesting. Where do you have Sanji? What Sanji do you think he is?
Hello,
Sanji?
Queen.
Whoa!
Yeah,
What the hell?
Bro, y'all not
Hey,
ready
bro,
for
I got Sanji. I got
Y'all not,
Sanji beating the fuck out of Hybrid Kaido.
y'all not ready for that agenda yet,
Okay.
though.
Yeah, what the hell? You have the massive Sanji downplayer and the massive Sanji winker. What's going on?
I think with Sanji
Yeah,
Solo
double,
is like below,
doubles.
above like people like I don't know, Nami, Chopper.
I already know what y'all think. I already know what y'all guys think. I want to know what Yanni thinks, bro.
Wait, on Sanji?
Yeah.
I
Bonnie
think
got better.
Sanji. I think Sanji should be like king level.
They have King.
He gets speed blitzed by King, and
I
no
think King's
speed
like a bit. I think King should be like a bit weaker than Lucci, tiny bit.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I can agree with that. Although I think there's very good arguments to support Sanji being King.
There's no fucking good arguments. All the arguments is either speed blitz and go for the fucking eyeballs. That's his only win con.
You can believe that, bro.
And even then, I think eyeballs scale to your durability within One Piece, so it's questionable if he can take out the nigga eyes. And no, his fire feet aren't gonna get the job done either. We've been told many times King is immune to fire.
I feel like this is a no limits fallacy.
Bro, I'm so. What's the word? What's the word? I'm so slow.
Baked.
I'm not high. I don't really get high. What's the?
Yeah, but you can be baked without getting high.
That's the argument. Oh, let me. I'm not so slow today. Okay. I should. Okay, wait, hold on. What's your name? Sanji. Yo, Zika, do you think Zoro beats Sanji?
There's arguments for both for sure. I could definitely rat and say Sanji beats Zoro.
Once again,
Do you
there's no
think,
Sanji even keeping up with Zoro.
You just said?
Wait, nigga. What's your thoughts on the whole fucking what do you call it? Like Jinbei being number 3, and Sanji being number 4.
And Zoro got a bench of
I
hockey
think
about
that
they are.
I think Jinbei is so much below Sanji. No, I don't think this is narratively true, but I think that based off what we can tell from the series and all the information we can gather, Jinbei is so much below Sanji that he would honestly just lose to base Queen. And I don't even
So
think
what's your explanation for like number 3, and like the whole bounty thing as well? Like this,
Well, I think this is just reaffirming my prior beliefs on the world government and their inconsistencies. Or at the very least, you could say that the world government doesn't value individual combat power as highly as people think they do. Because if individual combat power was the end all be all, then either the world government has ass information, so they didn't know Sanji was one who beat Queen, or they just like don't value that. Because there's no way for them to value individual power and then put Sanji below Queen and Jinbei.
I mean, it could just be the case that Jinbei has like prior feats and like prior reputation that puts him above Sanji, like the whole Ace thing.
Well, this wouldn't be like I would agree with that if that just wasn't the case if Sanji wasn't below Queen.
Wait, so you think Queen has scaling above Jinbei?
No, but I think Sanji has direct scaling above Queen, and if you're just looking as an outsider from this situation, given your information, you have no reason to put Sanji below Queen. So I think the world government more so value novelty, they more so value
Wait, hold
reputation,
on.
influence, and like
Wait,
things of that
Ezekiel, I
nature,
got a
rather than
question.
like individual power, or at least
You
like
said
information.
we have no reason to believe something. Like, what was that exact thing? I didn't really hear you. My bad.
Oh, let me think.
You said we have no
Just
reason to believe.
given from their information, they have no reason to believe that what's it called, Queen is above Sanji. So I said it's like either two things: either the information is extremely fallible, therefore it cannot be reliant, like
Oh yeah, I understand that part.
or they just don't value individual combat power highly. Like they just value like individual like influence, things of that nature. Like
Wait, but hold on, Ezekiel. I'm asking like, why does Queen scale above?
Kaido, for example.
I'm not saying
Kaido,
Queen
for
scale.
example.
Okay, are you asking me why Queen scales above Jinbei, or why is like this bounty point? Because
I mean, like, if
speaking.
because like I think like is what you're implying not that the world government doesn't either doesn't value 1v1 capability or
No, it's not
doesn't
because of
know about.
Jinbei. Like I think Jinbei is a consequence of this, but it's more so like apparent in the fact that Zoro and Sanji beat their respective opponents and they're below them. So
Well,
as I
yeah,
said,
I
like,
think
the information is fallible, or they just don't value 1v1 like 1v1 capability.
they like okay. I guess like they value it
Kaido's a clear
to some
example of
degree.
valuing 1v1 capability.
No, I think they
I disagree.
obviously like any like there's gonna be like 1v1 capability is obviously gonna contribute to your bounty increase. That's obvious. Right? That's why Sanji and Zoro got more substantial bounty increases than like other niggas in the shots, right? But the point is that something like Jinbei, who's just like known to be very influential in like the Fishmen, as like the former captain of the Fishmen Pirates, who's known to have like several ties to several Yonkos, who's just known to just kind of be this legendary figure in the game. He's obviously going to have a higher bounty if the world government just obviously doesn't care about 1v1 power, at least disregards it as like a significant factor if they're going to place Sanji below Queen. So that's what I
don't even think Queen got most of his bounty from combat related things.
Yeah, I think being associated with Kaido and like making weapons for Kaido be like
Kaido's side. And then that would just go ahead and prove my point again. So like then I'll just
exactly.
I agree with the bounty thing to some degree, but I do think if we have two characters who both gain their bounty from combative capability and one has a higher bounty, I just think it implies like a direct showing of feats that one has,
I don't
higher
think you're
feats.
ever gonna. My bad. I don't think you're ever gonna have two. Are you like? It's highly unlikely you can have two characters that gain their bounty in the exact same way. There's always going to be a difference in either
I don't think it's the exact same way. I think the premise is the same though. Like I think
no, but this
Sanji and Jinbei.
It's very dependent. Like you have to like, especially when talking about bounties, to be very like precise when we're evaluating and we're trying to compare it to other character bounties, because we know that like just being in a certain area, like a certain place, certain time, would get you a bounty increase. So like, let's say like somebody got a bounty increase via like fighting the Whitebeard pirates in like some random fucking like sea, some random island in the New World, right? They might get a bounty increase, but their bounty increase would be very minimal in comparison to if they fought Whitebeard at like Marineford, right? Then they'll get a huge bounty increase because that's like a huge incident, and just simply being involved in that incident and contributing it makes you like dangerous to the world government. And also, it's also going to be depend on your captain too. So your captain being a more dangerous figure would also lead to you getting a higher bounty.
Okay, so I think in the case of Sanji and Jinbei, like I do think these are both characters who gain bounty based on the same premise of just like 1v1 skill, and I also think like the external factors you named, like timing and placement, probably are in Sanji's favor. I'm not gonna lie to you. I mean, we don't really have much information.
It might be, but it might not, because we know that Jinbei has just been in the game for so long. We just don't know how many things would have increased his bounty when they were evaluated.
I mean, yeah, I'm just guessing like from our knowledge, and like it just be the case that Sanji.
Like, he's also part of Marineford, and I don't think that there's been a single instance in the New World where that Sanji was involved in besides Onigashima that was as influential as Marineford. He's the only reason Luffy survived Marineford.
I mean, okay, I think the whole Marineford thing. Wait, did Marineford even give Jinbei an increase to his bounty? We knew his prior bounty, like we knew his current bounty.
We don't know.
We know his current bounty, but we don't know if it, because we were never given his bounty again.
We were given his old bounty before Marineford, and then the only change we see is what do you call it? But the issue is the issue is like positing that he might have had an increase is that we typically see bounty increases.
Well, not directly when they happen, no. Actually, no.
Yani,
that's always an indication. What's up, Joe? I mean, Oshi.
A prime example of like Marineford, how we know nobody most likely or not didn't gain a bounty increase is because Luffy, who was pretty much the eye of the typhoon in Marineford, didn't get any sort of bounty increase at all.
Hey, no, Luffy did get a bounty increase, right?
No,
he got
he
100 more.
Did he get one?
He
He
went
went
up
from 300 million to 500
You know,
million.
this is the
He
base.
went, no.
Also, some,
Yeah,
also,
yeah.
slight